Today, more than 1,000 current and former employees of the Department of Health and Human Services are calling on Secretary Kennedy to resign for actions they say compromise the health of the nation. Quote, should he decline to resign, we call upon the President and U.S. Congress to appoint a new Secretary of Health and Human Services, one whose qualifications and experience ensure that health policy is informed by independent and unbiased peer-reviewed science. We expect those in leadership to act when the health of Americans is at stake. Now, Kennedy is due to testify tomorrow before a key Senate committee with pressure building, including from Republicans who are following staff turmoil at the CDC.
We need to restore that confidence. And so far, I don't see where Secretary Kennedy has done that. All I see over there is, at the moment, is a multiple vehicle pileup. It's just been too much chaos. It's a goat rodeo over there.
NBC's Ann Thompson is here with me in studio. He's always colorful,
Senator
Kennedy.
Always very quotable.
but he does speak for a lot of other people who are worried about the chaos. And I just wonder, RFK now, he's defending himself. He's written an op-ed about it. What's the back and forth here?
It feels like we're having battling op-eds this week in America's major newspapers. He went in the Wall Street Journal yesterday, wrote an op-ed where he said he wants to get the CDC back to its core mission and to restore trust. In today's Washington Post op-ed section, there is a column by Deborah Howery, I apologize. She used to be the chief medical officer for the CDC. She resigned last week after the director was fired. And she says she has 3 questions she wants RFK Jr. to answer. And they are these. Will America be healthier under this new CDC? Will it be prepared for the next pandemic or major health crisis? And is the gold standard of science or transparency, which he talks a lot about, are they just slogans? And she questions specific decisions to stop the preventative smoking effort that the CDC has undergone, leaving the World Health Organization. And also, when the new recommendations for the COVID vaccine came out, they didn't put out any data. Where's that data, and why hasn't it been shown to the public?
Well, speaking of vaccines, the Florida Surgeon General today announced they're moving to end all vaccine mandates in the state. What more do we know about that?
Yeah, this just happened. The Surgeon General had a press conference, and some of the language he used to justify his reason for eliminating these vaccine mandates is disturbing. Let's take a listen.
Who am I to tell you what your child should put in your body? I don't have that right. Your body is a gift from God. What you put into your body is because of your relationship with your body and your God. I don't have that right. Government does not have that right.
He likened the vaccine mandates to slavery, and that's what is getting a lot of attention here in that press conference. The vaccine mandates in Florida include vaccines for measles, polio, chickenpox, hepatitis B, and he can outright apparently eliminate some of those vaccine mandates, and others have to go to the legislature, through the legislature. It's not clear which.
Ann Thompson, thank you.
What? He said it was like slavery. So they said that they got measles, smallpox, polio. These are the vaccines that I'm assuming that he wants to eliminate. I got vaccines as a kid. I think a majority of people did. I don't think so. The main thing is, yes, you should have the right to choose. I think you have that right now. You have that right to choose if you can want to get your kid vaccinated or not. But the main thing is you can't enroll them in schools if they're not vaccinated. And that reason is for the safety of the other kids. So, yes, you have your rights to do it, but you have consequences of them not being with other children because they aren't vaccinated. I'm fine with that. Be honest, I'm fine with that. I think there's so many deadly things out here that vaccines are helpful and have cured many things. And they say that measles can come back. So, but hold on. Well, we'll get into. So let's go over to, because of this, we'll look at what the parents. So some of the parents are saying about what he said. So let's get over into this. Oh, yep, we gotta go over to YouTube itself to watch this one. Let's get over into it. Yep, there it is.
If this push to end vaccine requirements for kids becomes law,
let's get into it.
If this push to end vaccine requirements for kids becomes law, Florida would become the only state in the nation to not require immunization to protect against certain viruses.
Florida Department of Health, in partnership with the governor, is going to be working to end all vaccine mandates in Florida law.
The push for a major public health policy shift in Florida has caught the attention of parents.
This is a big step in the right direction to the health of America's children.
It's giving more parents control of what we should or shouldn't do for our kids.
It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that I can be like, okay, he doesn't need this.
Right now, Florida requires public school children to be vaccinated for measles, chickenpox, tetanus, whooping cough, and other infections. For parents like Leanne Sylvester, the vaccine mandate played a major role in deciding how she wanted to raise her children.
We contemplated homeschooling just because of that. So it was a big factor in if we wanted our kids to go to public school.
Charlie Salvante's youngest son is homeschooled, partly because of vaccine requirements.
We've had trouble with vaccines before, and so with Cameron, we decided no vaccines, and so this is absolutely fantastic news.
It's the latest effort by Governor DeSantis to roll back mandates, despite many in the medical community who say the early protection from vaccines helps prevent outbreak.
Who am I as a government, or anyone else, or who am I as a man standing here now to tell you what you should put in your body?
While some parents say they still plan to vaccinate their kids, others feel the less vaccines, the better. Nonetheless, the choice is theirs.
Yeah. Like I said, it is their choice. But that one man said yes. So the reason he's homeschooling his kids because of one of the reasons is vaccination. So yes, I think it's fine if your kid isn't constantly around children. But if he gets something, he risks to spreading it to other kids because he's not vaccinated. At least that's my thinking. That's how if my thinking is wrong, but let's finish up.
My husband will definitely sit down and really research and see which ones we think should work or which one we should get. But we're not going to get all of them.
Florida Democrats have blasted the announcement. They say doing away with vaccines will create a public health risk that will lead to an increase in preventable diseases. In Martin County, Cassandra Garcia, WPTV.
So, like they said, preventable diseases. So, we just had a measles outbreak in Texas 6 months ago. So, let's get over into that video.
The country's deadly measles outbreak is getting worse, spreading at an alarming rate in Texas. 59 new cases have been reported there since Tuesday, leaving 14 people hospitalized.
We just don't know how bad it's going to get.
Megan Messick is the co-owner of Tiny Tots U Learning Academy in Lubbock. 6 children who attend the Texas daycare have tested positive for measles.
I've got parents that are upset because we're doing so much and then, isolating their children. And then you've got other parents that are like, do more.
It's something Lubbock County Public Health Director Catherine Wells feared.
I think this demonstrates how infectious measles is. It is our most infectious virus that we know about.
More than 600 cases have been reported across 21 states and the capital so far. Health experts say it's a shocking comeback for a disease declared eliminated in this country 25 years ago because of the vaccine.
Measles is going to find those unvaccinated populations. Getting the vaccine now, before you're exposed to measles, is really the best way we can prevent you from getting measles.
In Texas, the majority of cases and hospitalizations are occurring in unvaccinated kids. One unvaccinated school-age child has died.
This is not something that I was expecting to be working on this year as a public health department.
Alarming numbers signaling a desperate need to slow the spread. Maya Eaglin, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
Wow. Absolutely crazy. And we have to think, so with this, if the unvaccinated children who are catch the disease, it can affect younger children who aren't fully immunized. How do you say that word? Just because they've recently taken the vaccine to get into school doesn't mean it's made them immune to getting to the disease now. It takes some time. So you have one unvaccinated kid who catches the disease, and it can spread to even the kids who most recently got the vaccine, because it hasn't fully taken effect in the body. Now, if I'm saying something wrong, tell me, but I just did a quick search on it from the government or just on Google using AI and everything. But tell me your thoughts, y'all. Tell me your thoughts. How do you feel about Texas changing the law? It was never the main thing that they are changing is that they're getting rid of the mandatory vaccinations to be in public school. That's my understanding of it. Or into other spaces where they have to be vaccinated, fully vaccinated. I'm fine with, yes, like I said before, I'm 100% fine with you not vaccinating your children. But if you don't, they have to live a certain way. They can't go to public school. I think that's reasonable to me. But some people don't. Some parents are saying that they should have the right to send their kid to public school, even if they decide not to get all the vaccinations. They are fine for their opinion. We always like people's opinions, but hey, tell me your thoughts, y'all. Tell me your thoughts. What are you thinking? It was wild. It's very wild. All right, everybody. Remember, this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.